My name is Christopher Stillar. I'm just your average, ordinary guy. I've been married to my high school sweetheart for over 20 years, and I'm the father of 4 children. I live a typical life, ordinary in every way. Oh yeah, did I mention? I hear and see dead people. I'm a spiritual medium, and this is my story. In the mid-90s, a traumatic and serious health crisis, combined with the death of my beloved grandmother, changed my life in ways I could never have predicted. Now it is I who is changing lives. Real people in real pain, dealing with unimaginable grief, getting the chance to connect one more time with those they loved and lost. Changing people's lives and healing their souls with the help of their loved ones in spirit is my daily work, it's my passion, and my life's purpose. Welcome to my world, and welcome to Seeking Spirit.
I'm Janice. I have not seen Chris before. This is my first time, but I have read his book, and I thought it was great. I'm hoping to hear from my dad, a few little ones, my grandfather, so we'll see.
My name is Lori, and I've seen Chris before at a group session, and I'm hoping to hear from my dad and my cousin David and my grandpa.
I want to welcome you ladies, and thanks for coming. The first thing that I want to say is I've had different people, different things coming through to me long before you ever got here. Whether or not it's going to make sense to you or not, we'll soon see. I've had 2 males coming through that would be 2 different generations. So first of all, I would tell you that I feel like I have a grandfather or older male in that capacity. I also feel like I have a father figure coming in 1 generation above. And just before we started the session, I have a female that's popped in for the very first time, an older female. And the only thing I'm going to tell you is I don't know if she was bossy or strong in life with her personality, but I have no cause of death or anything coming through, but she just makes me feel like there's this dominant energy about her. And I don't even know how much she's going to talk. But I do need to make reference to the issue of the father figure came through to me even before I ever got to the office this morning. I kept hearing sorry, and this sense of, and I don't want it to sound general because I'm a dad and I have 4 kids and I'm not perfect and I never will be as a dad, but you try. And he just made me feel, this older gentleman, that he was apologizing for the way that he was, and I don't mean horrible, but he just feels like there's a shortfall when it came to being the dad. And I don't know if there's something that, in all honesty, there would be an emotional or a mental aspect that was coming through that he was making me feel like that would have impaired him in life for this. And he's not making excuses. I actually think he's trying to own it. But it just felt like this seemed to be a big deal. I need you to know, whether it makes sense to you or not, he's not in a bad place emotionally or mentally. He does not struggle with this. He's not like what some people might think, God, I hope he's not in like a hellish turmoil over the physical part of his life. He's not. He just wants to set the record straight and take the opportunity to tell you that I do think, without sounding like he's trying to justify or sound like a victim, I do think there's a great deal that he really felt was out of his control. And some was not, but some was. And he just makes me feel like you got the dad that you had. Is your dad passed?
Yes.
Okay. And he's making me feel like he can't change it. He loves you guys and the family more than even people know. And the thing I want to say is, and I don't know what the distinction is between the 2 of you, because I'm sure you love your dad and loved your dad, both tenses, but one of you struggled more with him, and one of you either found a way to accept or, I don't know if I'd say embrace, but were at peace with something, whereas one didn't, or one struggled and had more of a I don't know if I'd say fragmented or a jagged connection is the way I would describe it. Do you understand that, or does that not make sense?
I'm not sure at this point.
Okay, that's
You?
fine.
I don't know.
In your way of looking at your life with him, you would think it was pretty much the same for both of you? In the way that you felt and interacted and dealt with? Because he made me feel like one had either achieved some kind of understanding, forgiveness, and peace about something, one had not. So,
I guess.
Possibly.
Yeah.
okay, don't make it fit. That's
Yeah.
just how I'm hearing it. I don't know if you're both married or not. I don't know if it's just you, and it's not like I'm wanting to center out just one, but there's something about really liking the spouse or really appreciating the spouse. So I just felt like I'm being pulled more towards you, Janice, for some reason when they say that. It doesn't mean that if you're married, Lori, he doesn't like your husband. That's not what he's saying. But there just seems to be something here that he's making reference to about the one at this point in time. And this was up earlier too. I almost forgot. I don't know where the twin connection comes in or why I want to talk about multiple baby connection or reference, but he just keeps like he's holding a child, and he just wants you to know that the child or children are fine. So I don't know if there's multiple or one, but I feel like there's a twin connection or something multiples in the way that he's referencing this. You understand that?
Yes.
I think this is the one area where I think he wants to give a lot of kudos or respect to what would be your spouse or partner in the regards to the way that things were handled and him being there for you. Now that may not be your reality, I don't know, but he just is very happy and pleased, and I feel like that young man, as he would refer to him, has just went up notches as a result of the way that things were handled in that capacity. Just know that the way I'm getting it, like the child is safe, is the way that I'm being referenced it. Do you have experiences with the other side?
Yes.
And when you comment on it, although people might want to believe you, but they think, oh, you're just crazy, or
Yes.
you're, because all I can tell you is, he says, honey, they're real. And I don't. We just briefly met prior to going the start of your session and to tape for TV. I don't know what the dynamics or the difference is. He has you, Lori, as being, I don't know if I'd say outspoken or you don't have a filter. Like, that's just the feeling. And
Yes,
I'm
yes.
sure you might think there's similarities, but like, I would call you more reserved, Janice, in that department, whereas Lori just will let her fly.
Yes.
And can I tell you that, like, he really does admire that about you? It gets you in hot water periodically. It causes you, the thing you hate the most, and who doesn't, but is to have to apologize or admit we're wrong about something. That's always the downside of it. But he really admires the way that you can kind of just say it. And I think you probably pretty much have always been this way from what he's showing me. Like the zingers, even as like a kid, it's like, where did that come from? And there's this, like, you're like a little walking dose of reality for people, because I don't think you let people away with a whole lot.
No.
You know, so it's like, I don't feel like there's and I don't know how this is possible, but having said what I just said, I don't feel like there's a lot of judgment or condemning, but it feels very factual and like, it's just you have no filter. That's what it boils down to. You just like let her go, and then it's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have put that out there, but it's too late to reel it back in.
Yes.
Anyways, he smiles and he admires this. Excuse me. He admires this aspect about you, and makes me feel like, don't change. Don't change. Do you know why he would bring up a boat connection or the boat reference now for one of you? And I don't feel like it's both, but I feel
Yes.
like one of you.
Yes.
So I don't know what, and I feel like part of this is still to come, or some of it's coming. I don't know what this means.
Yes.
But he's talking about, like, whatever this is, a reference of being aware of this and being, like, around or involved with this. So it's like he'll be a part of it, but from the other side. So I don't know what the boat reference is or boat connection is. Do you tend to go out on a boat, or do you own the boat?
Yes.
Okay. Because he just talks about, are you the only one in the family with the boat?
Yes.
The reason I'm saying this is because it really felt like it was tapered to one person, like not both of you.
Yeah.
Where he talks about the boat reference or being out on the boat, and I feel like more's to come, or more's coming up about this. Just, you might not think of it in that aspect, but next time you're out there, don't be surprised because of what's been stated here that you think, oh, I wonder if Dad's here, or I wonder if Dad's around. So you got emotional when I talked about the children or offspring and twin thing and that. You have a child though?
Yes.
Okay. I mean living.
Yes.
Okay. All I know is he makes me feel like you're a good mom. He keeps saying that. I don't know if it's a long time in the making or a long time coming or something of that nature, but sometimes it's worth the hurt and it's worth the wait. It's almost like you appreciate it more. And he's not trying to be judgmental, but we see it in society where people have children and young people, and it's taken for granted. And then the people that might have a harder time or can't have children, it's like the appreciation factor's there. So he just makes me feel like he's not trying to make less out of what you must have felt, but it's like sometimes the pain and the weight makes you more appreciative and a better parent. So can you relate?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to ask you, and I don't really know the timing of this, but Lori, would you know why he would make reference about you being or going to the grave? Nobody else is with you though. It just feels like it's something you would be doing, and it's somewhat private, and I don't feel like you're broadcasting it, but if it's true, he is. But he's talking about being there with you, and I don't know what this means, but he just literally talks about standing behind you at the grave while you're there, and he wants you to know that, like, when you are there, and not just you, but he seems to be making me feel like it's you that would do this or has done this when he's been there. And just know that no matter where you are in life, for any of you guys in the family, that he can connect with you guys. Do you know why he would bring up, well, I have to talk about tattoos, but hold on. A lot of people have tattoos, and a lot of people even get memorial tattoos. I'm not sure what he's referencing exactly, but I feel like I'm talking more than one, and I do want to say somebody was more apprehensive or unsure than the other about the tattoo thing. Like, one just seems very, when they do it, very sure. I'm not even saying they're doing it together, but I do feel like one, it's like a done deal, very sure of getting it done, and then one person's unsure, or if I said reluctant, it isn't because of the emotional factor, it just was like a big step, more of a bigger step for one. Do you know why he would be indicating this?
I don't.
Do you both have have tattoos?
Yes.
Was it a very easy decision for you to make and do?
Yes.
Because he makes me feel like, for one, far more thought. It wasn't
Yes.
as quick.
Yes.
Yes.
Whereas one was very solid about the knowing, this is what, I don't know about the design, but the fact of getting it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he just smiles, and he needs you guys to know that he's aware and he's happy and that he's with you guys. Are you, Lori, referred to, are you the crazy one? Do people refer to you as the crazy one? And when I say people, I mean your family. I don't mean your friends or your neighbors. Do you have experiences with the other side?
Yes.
And when you comment on it, although people might want to believe you, but they think, oh, you're just crazy, or
Yes.
Because all I can tell you is, he says, honey, they're real. And I don't think you need the validation from other people, but he did need to come through and let you know that it's not your imagination. It's not you wanting it so badly. He makes me feel like they're real, these moments you've had. And if other people don't have them or can't believe it, but they might be happy for you, but I also think might tease you a little bit and maybe say you're crazy or, reference that. He just needs you to know they're more real than anybody knows. And it has nothing to do with being the favorite, so you two can dispute that later. It has a lot to do with being open and being accessible. Because he could do it for everybody, but not everybody's open and not everybody's accessible. It's not an addiction or anything. Is shopping something for you?
Yes.
Because I don't know if you're shopping later after this or you're planning on a stop somewhere with a shopping aspect to it. But he's like,
Stop.
Charge it. No, he's like, charge it. Is there a reason why he would laugh and make me feel like you were, how would I say, how do I word this? There's something about you referring to a child or children, I don't know if it's a generalization or something, as little buggers?
Yes.
Little buggers?
Yes.
Because he keeps using this phrase, like in the way that, are these your children or just children in general? Because I don't know what he means. He is laughing, but it's like he makes reference to you referring to what I would call children or a children aspect as the little buggers. You don't have to elaborate. Do you understand it?
Yes, I understand.
I'm not trying to center you out.
Yes.
Okay. And what would be the sense of an exasperated feeling over a room and needing it changed or cleaned out or something that he would bring up around you? Is this something that would be somewhat recent or a recent feel?
Yes.
Because it's just his way of wanting to use that little ditty of information to let you know how much he's still present in your life despite the duration of time since he's physically passed. You are your mother's daughter. That's what he just said. You are your mother's daughter. I don't quite understand this. Did one of you, I don't even know if he had a ring, did one of you want the ring? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say, because I want to say, did you fight over it, but I don't mean like a fight.
Yes.
So I had to watch the wording.
Yes.
Because he's like acknowledging being aware of it. I could see like a son or, well, no, I can see a daughter wanting it too, meaning it was special, but you often think of mothers or grandmothers passing down the rings to the females in the family, and and certain people saying, I always love that ring and I want it. But I feel like there's something about his ring, and he makes me feel like nobody else would want it anyways, is what he just said. So I don't know what that means, but I felt like it's probably important to both, but I feel like there was something about who ends up with it or the acknowledgement of that. And I don't know if it's a wedding band or not, but it doesn't have a whole lot like design or it's not like a man's ring that's square with the colored stone or anything like that. It just felt like a band reference, and he just smirks or smiles about this. So who ended up with it?
I did.
Okay.
We both did. Well,
Yeah, you got.
yes.
How could you both get one ring?
I have dads and she has mums, so they were
Okay.
made to look the same.
Okay.
The wedding band.
So it all worked.
Yes.
Yes.
It all worked. I do feel, just for the record, he's talking about his at this point when he acknowledged that.
yes.
Was there a little bit of debate?
No.
Really? Okay. There was?
There was.
Okay. Because he's not moving on.
Yes.
He's like,
Yes.
I'm not lying to you.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying to
Yeah.
me. I'm not
Yeah.
lying to you.
Yeah.
he's just glad it all worked out. And the thing is, that's a symbol, but he's so connected to both of you. So connected. Okay, was he cremated?
No.
Is there a reason why he would show me something that creeped somebody out because they had it in the house following his death? I don't even know, and it might be by a fireplace. That's why I asked, is he cremated? Do you know why there'd be a reference to something that would be by a fireplace, sitting there, standing there, on display, whatever this is, that unnerve somebody or creep them out? Because I can't imagine what it is, but it just had that feeling like somebody was uneasy about this. You're getting this, aren't you?
Yes.
You don't have to elaborate. Do you understand what that is then?
Yeah.
And was it a situation, as he's trying to describe, that it unnerved or creeped somebody out?
Yes.
Is there any affiliation to him in some way? Like following his death?
No.
I'm intrigued then what this could be. Are you okay with sharing or no?
Yeah.
What do you think that was then?
We had twins we lost that were cremated, and we kept them on the fireplace, but I ended up moving them onto a mantle cupboard.
You lost twins. They were
Yes.
cremated.
Yes.
You had their remains by a fireplace.
Yes.
And what was the unnerving part for you? It might be hard for you to talk about, I don't know, but
It was a constant reminder that they were there and not with me.
okay. Thanks for sharing, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to
Okay.
draw
No,
the
it's
emotion
okay.
out. I was so confused because I thought he was talking about cremation and remains, and I couldn't figure out what else would be by a fireplace. And the unnerving of this. Just know that your dad knows. Just know he was there. Just know that when he referenced the twin connection earlier, that they're safe. I didn't know if it was one or two. I didn't know if one survived.
There's 4. 2 sets of twins.
So there's 4
Yep.
kids over there?
2 cremated, but not.
Yeah,
not-
but you've lost.
lost 2 sets of twins.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so just know that he must have them. It must be like a daycare center over there for him. I don't know,
Yeah.
but he specifically wanted me to make reference to the ash cremation aspect that I thought, and the fireplace and the unnerving. So, but know they're safe, and know he's got them, and that should bring you comfort. He says, not worry. It's not an addiction or anything. Is shopping something for you?
Yes.
Because I don't know if you're shopping later after this, or you're planning on a stop somewhere with a shopping aspect to it. But he's like,
Stop.
charge it. No, he's like, charge it. It's the old Flintstone thing with the credit cards with Wilma and Betty. Charge it. Your husband won't be thinking that, but
Yes.
he's like, have fun. Were you planning on going shopping? Like on your way home? Was there a reason why you might make a pit stop at a mall?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm not trying to plant the seed, but
Done.
he's making me feel like charge it, and I felt like shopping was a big deal to you.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people like to shop, but Lori, would you just be like an in and out person?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how he's describing the two of you. It's like more practical.
Yes.
It'd be a waste of time being in a mall too long. Not for you.
No.
I don't know what the boat thing is. He brings it up. He'll be on the boat with you. That's what he's saying. It's not a big cruise ship either. Something to do with the boat.
He'll be on it.
Yep. I'm just putting that there. You might feel him. You might be aware of it.
It's good.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was more than I expected.
Yes. Way more detailed than I expected. Of a lot of the things that that was coming through was actually real.
Like
Really real.
That's just me always. They're just little buggers.
Yeah, that's what you call them.
Always. Little kids are little buggers.
I have twins that are 3.5, and I cannot go into a store without buying something for both of them. Always, it's a problem. It's a problem. And I thought, like, because I'm going back to Lori's house and gonna play with Zach for the day, that I would take Zach shopping. and buy him something because that's what aunts do.